Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Time. I'm Sean. Today marks the start of the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, and with this Comic-Con, this annual festival, this annual awesome event, comes a lot of movie news. And you know, today is we're gonna cut it down a little bit today. We're gonna give you some stuff that's coming out of there, but next week is gonna be the big news week with everything coming out of there. So let's start off today with some of the news coming from all over the last week or so. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson decided to give us a sliver of information before San Diego Comic-Con this week. He stated that he will be having news coming out soon regarding the DC character that he is playing. He says that this character can throw down with the best of them, and all you gotta do is say the word, and that's all he's gonna say. So right there off the bat, saying the word, that makes me think of one guy, Shazam! In the old comic books titled Shazam, when Billy Batson would yell out Shazam, he would get the powers from the wizard that would make him, I don't know, stupendous, awesome, like Superman pretty much. So this is kind of the route we think we're going with this tease from Dwayne Johnson, but we don't know for sure because it would be kind of weird for him to play, I don't know, Billy Batson if he's a kid. Maybe he's going to be playing Shazam and Billy Batson will be another person, like an actual child actor, or maybe they're gonna take some liberties here. Maybe he will be an adult, and at some point in this, you know, he gets those kind of powers where he mentions the word Shazam and he gets the powers. Something along those lines. We can go many which ways with this, but the thing is, The Rock teased us with this information. I'm very happy he's giving us a little tad bit of a hint, and he said that we're going to get some news pretty soon, so hopefully that happens starting today or this weekend at Comic-Con. Also, earlier this week, it was announced by Sony, it was revealed by Sony, all the games that will be appearing in the movie Pixels. This movie starring Adam Sandler, Josh Gad, Peter Dinklage, a bunch of really interesting character actors. This movie sounds really interesting, and just to list a few of those games, so I'm just going to read them off the list because this is a little difficult. Asteroid, Breakout, Centipede, Missile Command, Frogger, Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Donkey Kong, Q*bert, Space Invaders, Joust, Defender, Robotron, and Wizard of War. So you're going to have some pretty good, pretty classic games that are going to appearing in this movie. I'm pretty interested in it because of it's just like silly, but it's like it's a good way to put all these games in a movie together. The Earth is being invaded by aliens who think that our video games are actual videos of us participating in wars over time. So that, like, I like this. I think I mentioned this movie probably like 6 months or more ago, and I was interested in then. I'm still interested in now, even more so now. Alright, now because it is Comic-Con again, like I said, Comic-Con. Lots of things having to do with comics, movies that are related to comics, and one of the main universes is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So let's start off with Guardians of the Galaxy coming up. An image was leaked or released, I cannot say which, and it was like a disclaimer of saying no animals were hurt during the filming of Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was actually very specific. It said like no raccoons, but then at the bottom of this image it says Guardians of the Galaxy will return. And then at the same time it says right below that Howard the Duck is property of etc, etc. And so that just leaves me to believe that if Howard the Duck does not make an appearance in the movie, he might be in the end credits scene. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I haven't seen that movie since I was a little kid because it's a long time ago. It's from the 80s, so I'm thinking I'm going to watch that movie just so I can get a feeling of it before Guardians of the Galaxy comes out. I heard mixed reviews about it, but we'll see. Maybe that'll be the movie of the week next week. We never know. You never know. But this is cool, interesting. I like the way that they're gonna that they're teasing us with this stuff before Comic-Con, and just I like this stuff. I like it. Keep it coming. Staying with the Marvel news, Marvel has announced more release dates. Okay, so as we all know, next May 1st, 2015 will be Avengers: The Age of Ultron. That ends Phase 2. Phase 3 will start with Ant-Man coming later that year on July 17th, 2015. Cap 3 will still be airing against Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice on May 6th, 2016. And we still have two mystery movie dates, July 8th, 2016 and May 5th, 2017. Those are still the mystery dates. They just announced the next slate of dates now. So there has been no specification of what phase all these dates fall into, but I'm assuming this goes well into the 4th phase. I'm really happy that they got their ducks in a row and they're marking down these days, because it lets me know that they at least have outlines or they have ideas or a rough draft of what's the big picture going to be in this universe. So I like that. I appreciate they're putting down their due diligence of work in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. There was also some Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron pictures that have been released this week. They started being released, I think it was yesterday. So far, there you got one with the Scarlet Witch fighting some Ultron baddies. You got Captain America fighting some Ultron baddies. Iron Man. Just today, before my recording, it was Black Widow. And you would think they're just individuals, but no, you put them all together, it's a part of a big scene. Hopefully, before the end of shooting, I will have a full picture and I'll be able to put that sucker in there. If not, this is what we have so far. Take a look. Now, we're still going to stick with Marvel, but we're jumping over to Sony Marvel now. So this is going to revolve around the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was not as critically acclaimed as previous Spider-Man movies or other Marvel movies. It does have some ups and downs in it and has some major issues with it. And due to that, it's actually the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie ever made so far. So that being said, they are pushing back The Amazing Spider-Man 3 to 2018. No specific date in 2018 yet, but with this announcement of them pushing this movie back, they've announced that the new Uncharted film, which is eyeing Mark Wahlberg as the lead role as Nathan Drake, that will be releasing on the date that The Amazing Spider-Man 3 originally held, June 10th, 2016. Also announced that this movie will come out before The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is The Sinister Six. Sinister Six is slated for November 11th, 2016. So Sony's moving some things around. I think they definitely want to build up their momentum before they hit Spider-Man 3, because I imagine Spider-Man 3 is going to be the film where the Sinister Six meet Spider-Man. They're going to clash, and that's where it's going to be the big battle. So I imagine that's what they're doing. They want to get the Sinister Six established. They want you to know their side and bring some dichotomy to the Amazing Spider-Man movie, especially number 3. They want to rebound from what number 2 was, and they want to get even more money. I'm sure that that's a big reason too, because the way things are going right now, if they were to just jump into Amazing Spider-Man 3, I'm pretty sure it'd be a really big hit to their domestic gross. So there was a cavalcade of images released this week. Let's start off with one that I'm pretty interested in because I read these books as a child. It's the Goosebumps movie. Jack Black is starring as R.L. Stine, and in this movie, he will be playing the author, but it's a fictional version of the author. So in this movie, he will be writing the books, but at the same time, he's writing the books based off experience. These baddies, these zombies, creatures, are actually real live things, and he has caught them. So I actually like the idea of this story. It's going to be a good movie for the kids. I can imagine that it's going to be scary and spooky for the kids, but Jack Black's going to make it funny, and it's going to be a good watch for all of us. I'm really excited about this movie. Some of the images look pretty interesting so far. But again, they are not too far along with this movie, either that or they're just holding back on us. The second movie, they released a poster for this one. I'm really interested in this one. It's the new Mad Max movie, Mad Max Fury Road. This one's starring Tom Hardy, and it is a continuation of the Mad Max series, so I'm really excited about this one. Tom Hardy's a great actor, and just can't wait to see what he does with this character. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, also released some images as well as a poster this week. You have Gandalf, you have Luke Evans. I'm using their real and character names in here because I spaced. You have Sir Ian McKellen, Luke Evans, Orlando Bloom. You got all these characters in there in these pictures. It looks pretty gritty in there. I'm really excited for this third installment of The Hobbit, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. The poster looks cool as well. Just good stuff coming from this pre-Comic-Con, week. Alright guys, so now we're on to trailers. The trailers that came out this week, there was one that came out last Friday, so I was not able to talk about this on last week's episode, but it is regarding a scary movie. I saw the movie Conjuring, and like I spoke about this before, I thought the character Annabelle was creepy, that little doll. Well, the trailer's here for your viewing pleasure. This trailer is creepy. I'm pretty interested in this one, and I just like to see where it goes. It looks like it's going to be a pretty scary movie. And then the movie that all you ladies were waiting for, 50 Shades of Grey, is here. Oh my gosh. Oh, whew. Oh man, this trailer got me going. This trailer is what I expect it to be. I don't see myself seeing this movie in theaters, and I can't wait to hear what the reviews and the synopsises of this film are at when people have a really, like, when they have pre-screenings of it. I would like to see how far they're willing to go with the sex scenes. Are they gonna go in like boob, butt, frontal? What are they gonna do? Because everything I've heard about these books is that it's pretty out there. So we'll see where it goes with this one. Ladies, I'm sure you'll love this trailer. I was scrolling through my Facebook, and a lot of ladies have already seen this trailer, and that was very odd, the fact that a lot of these women were already like, we're actually looking at a trailer just in general. So pretty interesting news, and a good trailer for you ladies out there. Alright guys, in theaters this week we have two movies that I'm interested in. We got The Rock's Hercules, and we have Scarlett Johansson's Lucy. Hercules looks interesting. The Rock, bigger, badder than ever, and he's just gonna go to town on some dudes, just beat them down. You know what I mean? He's got his big, you know, wooden like caveman mallet type bat, and man, he's just gonna tear some people up. Some of the scenes that he's doing some crazy things. There's word that he had a little video on Instagram where he's being restrained by some steel chains, and he's like trying to get out. And word is that those are real steel chains, and they're bolted in, so he can't break through, and he's just acting and being pure expression of what's happening. So it's really interesting, really excited for that movie. Lucy looks awesome. Scarlett Johansson's gonna kick some butt in there. Sexy, beautiful woman. I cannot wait to see this movie as well. Now on to movie of the week. This week's movie of the week has been recommended to me before by a friend of mine, and he's recommended it multiple times. I've actually had it on my Netflix list for quite a while as well. We watched Iron Sky. Now, if you just like hear about what this movie's about, it's about space Nazis from the dark side of the moon. You kind of get the feeling that this is not going to be a super serious movie, and I gotta say, for what it was, it's enjoyable. Now, that doesn't mean it's perfect in any way. It definitely had some issues. I did accept it for what it was when I started watching it. Before I even started watching it, I knew what the plot was, so I accepted it for that. So I gotta say, if you're gonna go in to watch this movie, definitely accept it for what it is. Do not expect, you know, 12 Years a Slave or something along those lines. This is a movie that it has some comedic tones. It has some very cheesy lines. There are parts of this movie that actually impressed me. Some of the things that impressed me about this movie was, one, the blonde, the female lead. She's beautiful. She impressed me. Second thing that impressed me was actually, for this movie being what it was, it had actually pretty good visuals, and also it had pretty good sets. I actually really liked the sets. There's an interrogation room, and in this interrogation room, everything just looks pretty like legit. It looks like it's all weathered. It's all real. So that actually helped me like kind of just be in there at the time of the movie, like help me be there with them, even though they were on the dark side of the moon. It's pretty good sets, nice visuals. The woman, the main female lead was a good-looking woman. She did a good job of playing the. She wasn't a ditz, but she was totally oblivious to what like the truth was about Nazis and all that, and so she came off a bit as a ditz, as a true supporter of Nazi and Socialist Party, and it was really funny. I thought she did a good job in her role. The black male lead, who gets then turned white, they do whiteface in this movie all for him. He actually did a pretty good job as well. He was supposed to be playing a male model, but he had this type of like Shaft type swag to him, like, hey baby, like kind of like you see this stuff in older movies from the 70s, and I thought that was pretty interesting. His name was James Washington in the flick. Overall, the movie had, like I said, it had some comedic moments. It had some really cheesy liners. At times, the action was really cheesy. The initial escape scene when he's on the moon is like the cheesiest escape scene I've ever seen. There are points in the film, though, where it's like they push a button and the whole film goes from being pretty funny, happy-go-lucky, and then it goes to like almost like they're trying to hit serious notes in it. And it was like an up and down thing for me. So I was like, they really got to pick what they're gonna be and stick with that, because if they would have stuck with comedy the whole way and not done these little parts where it's kind of serious, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect for what it was, and I think that's where they messed up a little bit. They lost their track, they lost their path, and they started going over to the left instead of just staying straight. Overall, though, this movie's definitely an enjoyable movie as long as you accept it for what it was. This is a straight-to-DVD type movie, and because of that quality, I accept it, and I was ready to go into it, and I was able to have a good time. So please, if you guys definitely go watch this movie, it's on Netflix streaming right now. Go into it with an open mind, and I definitely think you'll have an alright time with this one. It's one of those movies, definitely, if you have a chance, watch it with some friends, have a couple brews, just have a good time with it. You know, don't have too many high expectations with this one, and you'll enjoy it. I guess that actually sounds really bad, but I mean that in a very good way. It's a very jovial movie, so if you go into it with your mind open, a few friends, and just laugh, you'll have a good time. That's it for Movie Time this week, guys. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, inquiries, and suggestions for movies of the week in the comments section. Let's have a great conversation this week. We'll see you next time.